trees. Remember,
We had
John?
the biggest hailstorm I have ever experienced last night. I couldn't.
Did
I
it
felt
dent
like
your
we were
car?
parking a garage, but other people definitely had problems. People like my coworker, her house, like they lost all their like outdoor lighting. It's all busted up. Their
Oh,
neighbors lost
shit.
skylights. Like, I mean, it was
Wow.
bad. People are gonna have to have roofs replaced. I've never heard anything like that. It sounded like we were under attack. Dogs were going crazy. I checked on Elwood 3 times, passed the fuck out. Didn't wake up. It was so loud in his room. Like I couldn't believe he wasn't waking up. But kids sleep pretty hard.
Well,
so.
and that kid drinks a lot, so
Yeah, I mean, he's
He goes
cut
hard,
back.
and then
He's cut back a bit. He's cut back a bit. I
And
mean,
he
he was
does wake
getting
up every couple hours to smoke.
Yeah,
So, maybe he just fell asleep again.
he said, "What was that? Oh God,
what
what's
the
that noise?"
hell was that?
Hey, Dad, since you're in here, change the diaper.
All
Hey,
that
hell, maybe shit my pants.
I got really fucked up, and I shit my pants.
Like when you were in Kohl's, Dad.
History Defeats Itself is a comedy podcast. Kevin, John, and Greg are not experts, historians, or even all that smart.
Welcome to History Defeats Itself, a podcast that wonders why we never learn from our history. Thank you for joining us.
Never ever learn.
My name is Kevin Rosenquist, and as always, I am joined by two men who would never use campaign contributions to buy designer sweaters, John and Greg. How you guys doing?
I'm returning my designer sweaters.
Yeah, I'm feeling really awkward now because I
I
don't
love
want
how
you to be
you
a liar, but also
you
I
speak
do
for
love-
us when you don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, first of all, the alarming thing I think for anyone is that you're accepting campaign contributions.
Well, 2024 is gonna be my year.
You're like, I didn't specify what my campaign was. I just said it was a campaign.
Yeah.
Could be anything. How are you guys?
I'm doing really, really good, Kevin.
Okay.
Really good.
Why
How
is
are you
that?
doing?
Why are you really, really good?
Because I threw a surprise birthday party for my lady friend, and she right now I can do no wrong.
Your fiance or someone else?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
It's my
Yeah.
fiance.
I
Yeah.
feel like you can still do wrong, John.
I mean, I've
Don't
got
give yourself too much credit for
I
I
got
don't
a
even think you'd have to
lot-
work that hard to do it.
I got a lot of leverage the next few days because she was so happy and so surprised, and yeah.
Was there
That's a
any
beautiful
specific? Was she? Was there a reason that you decided on a surprise party? Is it a special birthday?
It's not a special birthday, which is the reason I did it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Right?
Didn't see it coming.
No, didn't see it coming. Yeah. So because I knew like the next one, the next whatever number followed by a 0, right? She'd be expecting it. She was
Mhm.
not expecting it on this one. So
Greg, did you throw any surprise parties?
I did throw a surprise party for my penis.
and it took him. That was what, a minute?
It's,
and a half?
No, the surprise was that it lasted 2 minutes.
God, that's just exhausting.
Well, okay. So was your penis surprise? Is first question, and second question is, if so, how did you know?
You know what? I don't like this path anymore because I realized we're discussing the fact that I'm really fixated on dicks, and
Yeah.
apparently I am.
You have a reputation,
Yeah, I don't like it.
and
Okay, so
it involves dicks.
I'm going
It
to try
does.
really hard not to talk about penis anymore.
Good
Just
luck.
one penis.
No, peni.
The penile code.
Follow us on
Follow us on penis.com.
social media on penis.com. We're on
Kevin's
Instagram,
microphone looks like a penis.
TikTok, YouTube. We're places. Come
YouPorn.
follow us. We're
Check us out on OnlyFans, where we will perform the squiggly H.
I don't know what that is.
I'm not going to be the.
What is the
parallel.
squiggly H?
Okay,
gonna
so
show
here's
you.
what happens. See, there's a guy on this side. See, and there's a guy on that side. See,
Why is it squiggly?
Well, you're gonna be moving.
as soon as you become a member, you're not going to just be prone.
Have you had sex, Kevin? It's not a static event.
Well, how did two penises touching mean sex?
It's not two penis. No.
God.
No, it's got to be 3 guys. It's got to be 3 dudes.
Oh, it's 3 guys. Oh, but you didn't say that.
Yeah, he did.
yeah. I
I
said
had-
there's a
I
guy on
thought
this
that the
side,
middle.
and
I thought the middle was the 2 penises.
It could be.
That would be an H as well.
While we're
You could
waiting
do
for
it-
John
you
to
could
get there,
do a
because he's
two-man
always
H.
John's always late. So while we're waiting for him to get there, it'll just be the two of us, Kevin.
And we'll just touch tips, I guess.
Yeah, we'll be like, "Oh man, I forgot the guacamole."
I'm not sure.
Don't
I'm not
don't
sure.
get
I don't
that
know. I don't know where he's
reference.
going with
I like guacamole. Not sure I do
That's
now.
why he's
but
late. That's why he's late. He came in, saw the squiggly H without him, and he's like, "You know what? I gotta go."
Get some guacamole.
yeah, apparently he's in the mood for avocados, onions, some citrus,
Oh God,
I-
no! Please don't.
salt, and pepper. All right,
Mash, little mashing.
This week is John's turn. So John, enlighten us, please.
All right. Well, there's been a lot happening in the world lately,
No.
and so tonight I'm going to go back.
Wait, in the world or on the world?
I mean, yes.
I mean, a lot happens in the world every day. Greg.
I want to know if we're going to be talking about the mantle.
I mean, I guess technically, right? I guess technically it'd be on the world, right?
Yeah.
It's the things that humans do. So
That's the topic.
Yes, yeah, it's pretty broad.
Little vast.
So go.
Yeah, this is going to be a 6,000 part series. Each episode will be 9 hours long. Buckle up. So on May 16th, 1969, one of the most
Giggity.
devastating American events happened at the San Francisco Children's Hospital. Tucker Carlson was born.
That's
Not great.
So guess what we're doing our topic on?
Is it
Tucker Carlson. And-
Oh.
Does he defeat only himself or all of us is the question we'll be asking.
I don't
So-
want to ruin your climax, but did you guys hear where he's going now?
To Twitter.
Twitter.
Well, Elon Musk didn't confirm that. He actually said that they haven't hammered out a deal or anything. That was Tucker Carlson saying he was going to do some show.
Well,
on
he
Twitter.
also said, what did he say? That Twitter was the last platform for free that has freedom of speech or something like that.
That's what all these people say when they want to be able to say anything they want.
When they want to say the most racist, sexist piece of shit things.
There's
yeah.
there's people are confused about the difference between freedom of speech and assholeness.
Well,
And-
but aren't you allowed? I mean, but that is freedom of speech. Freedom
Oh,
of
yeah,
speech is being
you're-
able to say whatever you want. But I guess the difference is, the expectation. You can say whatever you want.
I feel like this is old times. History defeats itself.
You can say whatever you want, but there are consequences to that. And I don't know. It's just those consequences could be loss of job, loss of income, loss of whatever, right? So it's the idea
Getting
that
canceled.
getting canceled, right? There's the idea that there's no consequences to freedom of speech. You can say any stupid thing you want to say, whatever you want. Like we could say whatever we want on this podcast, and if it goes out there, people may. Yeah, I mean,
Not
may
that I
lose.
don't mind the distraction, but I really need to know if Tucker was actually his birth name.
It was.
So
Yeah.
I fucking hate his parents already. Like, who names their fucking kid Tucker? I mean,
Sorry
you
to
could
all
name
the
a dog.
Tuckers.
You could name a
out
dog
there.
Tucker,
You could. Tucker's a good dog name.
but a
Tucker is a
fucking-
good dog name.
Yeah.
But a human piece of excrement, you don't name that Tucker.
Well, and here's the thing: if you were to put a dog in a bow tie, it would be cuter than Tucker Carlson in a bow tie.
Well, of course.
Right. I mean, you put a dog in any sort of tie. It's
Yeah,
cute.
it's adorable.
It really
Adorable.
is.
You could put dog shit in a bow tie, and it's cuter than Tucker
I
Carlson.
mean, it seems like you have a lot of strong feelings about Tucker Carlson. So
oh, I
as
can't
do
wait
I.
till you prove me wrong in this fucking podcast episode.
I'm going to prove you wrong because it turns out he's a really fucking good guy. He's not. That's not.
And so's his dad, who is also a piece of shit.
He is the elder son of artist and San Francisco native Lisa McNear and Dick Carlson, a former Gonzo reporter. Do you guys know what Gonzo reporter is?
I do. I know what a Gonzo reporter
What's
is.
a Gonzo reporter, Gregory?
The most famous one is what's his face? The guy that
Hunter
wrote
S.
Fear
Hunter
and
S.
Loath-
Thompson.
Hunter S. Thompson, yeah. So yeah, Gonzo reporters are apparently reporters that just do a shit ton of drugs and start fucking typing in front of their keyboards.
It's sort of like a rogue kind of thing, right?
Is it? Well, so it's gonzo journalism involves reporting of personal experiences and emotions in contrast to traditional journalism, which
Gotcha.
favors a detached style and relies on facts or quotations that can be verified by third parties. So basically, gonzo, you can just you basically it's an opinion piece, like in the guise of actual journalism.
So Tucker followed suit from.
He did not fall. He fell right down straight from the tree. Didn't roll at all. Hit the ground, stopped.
Are you going to talk about Lady in the Dale at all?
Lady in the Dell.
Okay. So, spoiler alert for anybody who wants to see the documentary on HBO called The Lady in the Dale. Fast forward. But I'm going to spoil the end. Is that okay? It's a documentary about this crazy car, this 3-wheeled car that they were trying to get
I
off
do
the
know
ground.
about this. Yeah.
Yeah. And the woman who was behind it was she was trans.
She was behind the car physically, or
she was
funding it?
The one who was running it was she was trans. She used to be a man. And there was a reporter that was just so like anti-trans and trying so hard to try to like out her, and he was pretty much a complete piece of shit to her. That was Mr. Dick Carlson.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense. But he was
Very anti-trans.
He was also
makes a lot of
president.
sense.
He was also president of the Public Broadcasting Network, PBS, or Public Broadcasting. What is it? PBS, Public Broadcasting. What does it stand for?
Dick Carlson was?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, he sure was. I didn't put that in here, but that was like one of the things. Yeah, he was president. He did a bunch of shit. Like he was the fucking ambassador to some small little country off the western coast of Africa.
You promised me Tucker Carlson, not Dick Carlson.
Well, you like Dick. You talk about it all the time.
Hey, yeah, I was actually just gonna say, Greg, not supposed to be talking about Dick anymore. So you needed to sit this one out.
I mean,
Okay.
You said 5 minutes ago you were going to shut the fuck up about it.
I didn't know I was being timed.
I mean, I'm just kind of watching the thing. Maybe it was 7.
There's a timer on our screens.
It's
a dick timer.
In GarageBand, there's a dick timer. A lot of people don't know that, but there's actually a Greg dick timer device in GarageBand.
It's an add-on though. You got a pay extra for that.
So here's a little sad news, guys.
Is it like an hourglass? It's shaped like a dick, and you just rest it on its balls.
See, he couldn't do it, John.
No,
he could not do it.
I know.
Anyway,
well, the guy does have a lot going on in his life. He's got his penis and hockey, and he can't play hockey 24/7, but he can touch his penis most of the time.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not touching it right now.
I mean, we can only see one hand.
I can't see your left hand, bud.
Hi, guys.
He's got like a little rubber hand set up.
Yeah, he's like rubbing it against the bottom of his desk.
I'm not touching it.
Technically.
Okay. This is making me really uncomfortable.
So here's a really sad. So in 1976, poor Tucker's parents got divorced.
Oh shit.
So,
It
but
sounds
now
like
here,
his mom was a hippie.
I will say this, right? I do feel bad for the guy, and like when I started doing this, I mean, because I don't like him at all. And so when I started doing this, it's like, oh, let's really jump on and hate Tucker. But he obviously like had some abandonment issues and a lot of shit going on to be that angry. And so his parents got divorced, and basically his parents were married for 9 years. But when he was about 5, his mom just decided she's going to move to France and abandon them. So then the dad basically 4 years later, so after 9 years of marriage, filed for divorce, got custody of the kids because the wife wasn't in the country. And then they moved from San Francisco down to San Diego. So, and apparently, I don't know when he was trying to out the guy. I don't know if that was San Diego.
So this would explain why Tucker Carlson hates women.
Yes. Yeah. Yes, it would.
And it also explains why he's got a downstairs room with a Batmobile and a bunch of really cool inventions.
You're saying that Tucker Carlson's Bruce Wayne?
Well, it's his origin story. John just said his parents got killed in an alleyway in front of him.
I mean, really pretty much hear what you want to hear, don't you?
That's what I heard.
In 1979, good old Dick married Patricia Caroline Swanson, heiress to Swanson Enterprises.
Does that include like Swanson's frozen dinners or whatever?
I believe so. Same Swanson. So,
Okay.
but now
You
here,
got my interest
always
now.
more of a Stouffer's guy myself.
Before you get all Swanson, whatever.
Swanson hard.
So the Swanson family actually sold Swanson to Campbell's Soup Company in 1955. So although she was still
Jesus Christ,
part of the
we're
trust or whatever the fuck they had, however that money came down, they hadn't owned it for years. They hadn't owned it for like 24 years.
So did he divorce her when they did that?
No.
Are you trying to tell me there's no Swanson money?
I mean, there's Swanson money because they sold it. I don't know what they sold it for, but apparently in 1955 they sold it and it was enough money that she still had a fuck ton of money in 1979.
Isn't it like frozen vegetables and shit?
Yeah, they do everything. They're like food.
Okay.
Frozen dinners.
They do all food.
Yeah. They do like frozen stuff, canned stuff.
If it's food, they're freezing it.
Yep.
They're preserving it.
Or put it in a
Dude,
can.
Reach
Yeah.
out to them. That's a great slogan. If it's food, we're freezing it.
And technically, humans are food, so we're going to freeze them.
Wow, that turned. Swanson, not cannibals that we know of.
Well, I mean, we're food. You go out in the jungle and get attacked by a lion. They're not attacking you because they hate you. It's not a hate crime. It's an eat you crime. In fact, I don't even think tigers consider it crimes. I don't think there's like a tiger court.
You know, there's like a whole legal system amongst the tigers.
There's like a tiger who's like 3 days from retirement. And he's like, oh, God damn it. I've seen this before. We got a serial killer on our on our hands.
You'd be surprised how litigious they are.
Okay.
Are we going to get to Tucker?
I mean, we're talking. He was born. I got to give you a little backstory.
I don't give a fuck about his asshole parent. I don't give a fuck about. Never mind.
Well, because he's like, I think it like we need to understand why did Tucker become Tucker. This is
It has
a
to do
journey.
with tigers, Greg.
I think
Tigers.
Can he just be an asshole?
Well, is any asshole just an asshole because they're an
Yes.
asshole?
You don't think there's free will? Like people can't choose to be assholes or nice? I mean, I know a shit ton of people that had miserable, terrible childhoods and they were abandoned and they weren't cocksuckers.
I
Do
agree.
you choose to
But
be an
aren't you
asshole?
like a psychology major like 6 decades ago?
Just because there might be a reason for it doesn't mean that you've got like you've got freedom to be the biggest prick
I'm not
ever.
giving, no,
I
I'm
see what you're saying.
I'm
You
not
don't have
giving
carte
him.
blanche to be an asshole. Just
Yeah,
because
I'm
you
not
had a
giving him
rough
carte
upbringing.
blanche. I'm just laying some groundwork here, right?
It's pissing
I'm
me off.
telling a story about a man we all
I'm
hate.
out of here.
Oh, well, Kevin shut off his screen because one time his dad yelled at him about leaving the lights on after he went to bed. And all right, that's his origin story.
I kind of gotta pee, so I better get moving, because I can't walk away because we film this now. We used to just pause, and then
Well, it's a good thing that you didn't start with his grandparents.
oh well, I mean, believe me, I know about his grandparents. His dad was actually given up to an orphanage, and then was fostered, and then when he was 2 years old, he got adopted. I know that Dick was adopted, so generate trauma begets a lot of really shitty people on cable news.
Begets Fox News stardom and a very, very odd
Like I'm guessing,
cult-like following.
like Bill O'Reilly. He probably didn't have a good childhood, right? Like I'm guessing.
Neither did strippers. I mean, it happens.
Yeah.
You're just generalizing strippers?
Well, he's generalizing Fox News anchors.
Well, I just said two. I gave two examples. I didn't bring up Kellyanne Conway isn't she like a pundit or something for Fox now? Anyway,
I don't know.
so Carlson
Not
was
watching that too much.
briefly enrolled. Well, I'll call him Tucker. Tucker was briefly enrolled at.
Wait, what were you calling him before, Tucker?
I was using his last name.
T-Bone.
T-Dog.
Tuck my dick between my fucking legs and walk through the room.
Tucker. Tuck him. That's it. Tuck him. He was briefly enrolled at the Collège de La Monde, a boarding school in Switzerland, but said he was kicked out. He attained his secondary education at St. George's School, a boarding school in Middleton, Rhode Island, where he started dating his future wife, Susan Andrews, the headmaster's daughter. Scandalous. It's a very
Seems like
origins.
Seems like a T-Bone move. If
His
I've ever heard
origins
one.
are his origins are.
Classic T-Bone.
Classic T-Bone.
Are we going with T-Bone? I like Tuck 'em better. It's more degrading. He would hate that more than T-Bone, I think.
Yeah, he would embrace T-Bone.
Yeah, he would.
I don't think
embrace
he's going to
T-Bone.
listen to this podcast episode.
You don't know.
I don't know. What if I hashtag it? And not even Tucker. I'll hashtag T-Bone, and then he'll be like, "Oh my god,
how did they know?" He then attended Trinity College in Hartford, Connecticut, graduating in 1991 with a BA in history. Carlson's Trinity yearbook describes him as a member of the Dan White Society, which apparently is a reference to the American political assassin who murdered San Francisco Mayor George Moscone and Supervisor Harvey Milk. So he's basically in a club that named themselves after a guy who killed a homosexual.
that makes sense."
Sure does. So, and after college, Tuckum, T-Bone, he tried to join the CIA, but his application was denied. I'm assuming because of his face. his very punchable face.
Because under race, he put "fuck 'em."
Well, they were just like, if this guy goes to a foreign land, he's going to get murdered. We can't have him doing that.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he couldn't spell CIA, so he didn't.
Probably.
know how to
Well,
fill
he's
it.
actually
Yeah.
really fucking smart. He's a really smart dude.
He doesn't really show it.
No,
That's
but-
that's his move.
After college, Tucker tried to. Oh, I already said that. All right. Oh, so he tried to join the CIA, and then he was denied. And then he decided to pursue a career in journalism. And his father Dick advised him and said the following thing about journalism: they will take anybody. So Tucker was like, "Cool,
That is straight fatherly pep talk, right? That's a great fatherly pep talk. I mean, that is like that. How to instill confidence in your child. Just, hey, man, they'll take anybody. So you got to get shot at this CIA thing.
I
Little
know
more
you're
picky.
know you're a piece of shit, but even you can't piece of shit this up.
Yeah. This is you got this. You got this.
Um,
Lose my number. Don't call me again.
You're going to be on social media someday.
I've got an out of trans woman.
Yeah.
I got shit I got to do.
I got a full day.
Tucker began his career in journalism as a fact checker for Policy Review, a national.
Ironic.
I'm sure he was really ethical.
I'm sure
Journal.
he didn't. He just didn't. He was like, "This, I don't understand. What are facts? I don't get
Well,
it."
I think, I mean, kind of according to my research, he actually kind of was, and then we're gonna kind of get to the point where he turns. And I'm not saying he was like the best guy in the world. I think he was kind of like a douchey frat boy, Brett Kavanaugh kind of douche. And then he reached a point, and I think that was kind of the moment where he was like, "Oh, okay, I'm gonna go do this now."
I gotta
He
be. I'm
landed on
gonna
a-
become this character.
Yeah.
and make a bunch of money. Yeah.
That's what I was going to say, Kevin. I was even going to use the word character.
Ah, look at us.
All right, I'm leaving.
Um,
We
I'm
should hang out.
redundant.
So, okay, so yeah, and then he did. So he worked did some shit. He did like a lot of stuff from print, where he worked for New York Magazine, Reader's Digest, Esquire, Slate, The Weekly Standard, The New Republic, The New York Times Magazine, The Daily Beast, The Wall Street Journal, and John F. Harris of Politico would later remark on how Carlson was viewed as an important voice of the intelligentsia during this period. So he was actually
Well,
very he was
that's
very
cool.
well known
Good
in
for him.
print and within the news media, and was kind of looked at with high regard and esteem.
Huh.
I know, I know, right? Huh? Indeed.
It kind of reminds me of how they say, oh, eggs aren't good for you. Eggs are good for you. Eggs aren't good for you. Eggs are good for you. That's kind of like Tucker Carlson.
I don't think anybody's thinking Tucker Carlson is good for you.
But
He's not yogurt.
He could be.
I don't know. He could be rich and creamy.
That's all you got.
I was trying to think. I wanted to see.
He's a bag of something.
He could be yogurt.
He could be yogurt. He could be
He's
rich and
definitely not
creamy.
cultured.
He could have. I was gonna say he could have a lot of live
Oh.
cultures.
Oh, John, that was a good one.
Yeah, I beat you to it, Kevin.
That's all right.
So way to come in second and make yourself look like an idiot. way to Tucker yourself, buddy.
Wait, let me see if I can do the Tucker face.
Well, you got to get a fatter face. He's got a fatter face, and then laugh like a hyena.
Have you ever seen that clip, like the Daily Show put together, of just him and Elon Musk laughing back and forth? It's fucking creepy as hell.
Yeah.
They both have super creepy laughs.
He's definitely like I would not classify him as a good human being.
I actually don't even know who you're talking about.
Tucker Carlson or Elon Musk
Tucker.
or the Daily Show.
I have no idea who he is.
Because the Daily Show is very foreshadowing of what's to come, Kevin.
Dun dun dun.
I don't get it.
So in his early television career, Tucker wore bow ties, a habit from boarding school that he continued on air until 2006. Not that that's important. I just want to remind everybody that he wore bow ties. In 2001, Tucker was appointed co-host of Crossfire, in which Carlson and Robert Novak represented the political right, altering on different nights, while James Carville and Paul Begala, also alternating as hosts, represented the left. You guys remember James Carville?
Oh yeah, the Raging Cajun, right?
Yep. He wasn't he the guy who like basically got Bill Clinton elected?
Yeah, he was his strategist, or I don't know, some sort of political something. Yeah,
His bookie.
his book. He got him prostitutes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Whoa.
Here's a strategy on how to get you hookers without getting
That's-
caught.
Character assassination right there.
I'm sorry. I just tell it like it is.
You talking about of Billy?
Tucker told me about that.
He did. I mean, in hindsight, like if Bill Clinton were president today, he's not as bad as Donald Trump, but he definitely does a fucked up thing with women.
Oh
So,
yeah, he was
yeah.
a scumbag, no doubt about it.
And both those motherfuckers were on that island. So
Gilligan?
Yep.
Donald Trump was the skipper, and
Yeah.
Bill Clinton was.
What's the guy's
Gilligan.
name?
Gilligan, yeah.
Not Gilligan.
Epstein,
Yeah.
yeah.
So I'm sure they both have done horrible things on that island, or wherever they went. In October 2004, comedian and The Daily Show host Jon Stewart appeared on Crossfire. While being interviewed, Stewart launched into a critique of Crossfire, saying the show was harmful to political discourse in the U.S.
Have you seen that clip?
It's a really good
It's
clip.
fantastic.
Yeah, it is really good.
He's
That guy, Jon
just
Stewart
like
is-
just stop.
Yeah.
Stop doing this.
Yeah.
It's terrible for America.
Well, apparently Tucker didn't listen.
No.
But he did say, so the harmful political discourse in the U.S., Carlson was signaled out by Stewart for criticism, with Tucker in turn criticizing Stewart for being biased towards the left. The Atlantic suggested that Stewart's appearance was a turning point, leading to how Carlson rebranded himself. So basically, it was kind of like
Thanks,
at that
Jon
moment,
Stewart. you
Stupid
fucking
Jon Stewart.
jerk.
it's but I will say, like, one of the things after that they went off the air.
We love Jon Stewart here on History Defeats Itself.
We do love Jon Stewart.
Just wanted to point that out.
Mr. Jon Stewart. If you want to be a guest here, we'll be more than happy to have you.
We're going to be completely incapable of interviewing you, though.
Just understand that we talk over our guests a lot, so you're gonna have to get used to that.
And bring your dick jokes, buddy.
Yeah. Whoa. Greg's got to approve that.
Yeah, we stopped doing that.
Did we?
I don't think we did. I really don't think we did.
We stopped doing that.
But after the what was kind of fascinating is after that show aired, the Jon Stewart, and because he was there promoting a book. They wrote a book on the Daily Show, something about America, the Untold Story, something, and so he was actually there promoting that book, and then he got in that conversation, and the guy who like helped write that book, and Jon Stewart, Tucker Carlson, and who was the guy, Pete or Paul Pagola, that they all like or maybe
Had a
it was
dance
Robert
off?
Novak. Yeah, they stayed for like an hour and a half after the show went off, and they continued the conversation. So it wasn't as like it wasn't like this gotcha kind of thing, and then so it was it was just they had a political conversation about it. And Carlson later said he was like, it's just something the guy had to get off his chest, and was very heartfelt. So he actually didn't have any resentment towards him. So about it, I think later he got resentment about his bow tie.
Well, he knew he was right. It's like we really should stop doing this shit.
On January 5th, 2005, CNN chief Jonathan Klein told Carlson the network had decided not to renew his contract, and CNN announced that it was ending its relationship with Carlson and would Carlson and would soon cancel Crossfire. And this I love. Tucker later said, quote, I resigned from Crossfire in April 2004, many months before Jon Stewart came on our show, because I didn't like the partnership, and I thought in some ways it was kind of pointless, a kind of pointless conversation. So basically the guy gets fired, and then he's like, you didn't fire me, I quit.
Yeah.
So
I
Seems
quit
about right.
before it even happened. Like
Yeah.
what you said, I got fired
quit
for it.
months ago.
Yeah.
I mean, we didn't announce anything, and there was no proof of this, but I quit, motherfucker.
And I still
That-
collected a paycheck, and but no, I'm out, man. I've
And
been
then
That wasn't even me. That was a squirrel in a bow tie.
out.
I love Jon Stewart.
And then I fired my AR-15 converted fully automatic into a fucking can of beer.
Mhm.
So, oh shit, guys, I got a problem. I got to take a timeout. I apologize to all the people.
Don't sweat it. Kevin and I will take over from
I
here.
just spilled
Yeah.
beer everywhere. Just talk about how
Oh.
much you hate Tucker Carlson.
All right. Can you do a good John voice?
Not really. I hate his voice. So I try to avoid it at all costs. Okay, I'm going to try though anyway.
Okay.
I just spilled beer everywhere. Nope.
That's it?
That's not right. I'm an idiot. I don't know how to put beer down on flat surfaces.
It's funny when I try to do a John voice in the videos that I do, I kind of like, it's like Spicoli.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
I don't know why he doesn't sound like Spicoli, but
Not
that's
at
how I
all.
do my John voice.
You do your John voice as Spicoli?
Well, like when I do my videos, which I haven't done in a long time, but when I've done my videos impersonating you guys, like I kind of do like I'd start with a little bit of a Spicoli type, surfer stoner guy thing with you.
And what about
interesting.
me?
I just do a higher voice.
Not great.
Mm-hmm.
My voice isn't higher than his, is it?
Yeah.
Maybe it is. I don't know.
Is it?
You know how you can never hear your own voice
Yeah.
properly?
It's like nasally, so I try to do like a nasally voice with you.
Greg's voice is nasally?
Yeah.
All right. I am not okay with you attacking Greg like this.
I know you neither of you guys are happy with my voices, but you've heard them before. You just didn't notice.
Well, I didn't
Can you
notice
move
you-
on for God's sake.
I didn't know your creative process.
I'm bored. The fans have got to be super bored. Notice I said fans.
Yeah.
I haven't been excited since this episode started.
Well, I
You're
mean,
completely-
Nothing to do
you're
with
completely-
John or Tucker Carlson or the
You're
subject
just completely flaccid right now.
or John's beard or my flaccidity.
First of all,
Flaccidicity.
my beard's amazing.
It's a beard.
I get stopped all the time now, and people are like, "Sir, may I touch your beard? May I smell your beard?"
And then they grab it and try and trim it.
No, they.
And then they give you $1 because they think you need to get food.
Yeah, but that happens 9,000 times a day, so I'm just bringing
And
in
then
more
John
money.
Making a lot of
goes-
money.
Then John goes and eats soup and drops the soup all over his beard.
and rice, soup and rice,
And gets a bunch of liquor because that's what you do when you have a beard like that.
and I drive my boat into stuff.
John puts the hoe in hobo.
Bringing sexy back. So after his firing, or quote unquote, I quit. Carlson was hired to helm a new program for PBS in November 2003. Tucker Carlson Unfiltered.
No, that's what the world needs.
That's my least favorite kind of sake.
I was thinking sake. I even have a little note about sake. God damn it. I'm going to say it
Yay.
again, and don't you dare take my fucking joke, you son of a bitch.
I'm not editing it, so it's all gonna happen.
Oh, well, I'm not. I can't do it. It ran concurrently with Carlson's Crossfire gig on CNN, and the show launched on June 18th, 2004, and was, according to The New Yorker, part of a broader effort to push PBS further to the right ideologically. Carlson announced he was leaving the show roughly a year after it started on June 12, 2005, despite the Corporation for Public Broadcasting allocating money for another show season. Carlson wanted to focus on his new MSNBC show, Tucker. Which kind of makes me think, what was that show with oh fuck. It was who was Captain Kirk?
William Shatner?
Yeah, like William Shatner had a show like in the
TJ Hooker?
TJ Hooker. Thank you.
Nice.
So I don't know why, but like Tucker.
I forgot that was Shatner. That's
Tucker sounds
awesome.
like a cop show.
It does sound like a
Yeah.
cop show. I agree. Really bad 80s
Yeah.
cop
Bow
show
tie cop show.
that the reruns play when you're homesick from school.
Yeah. Like instead of smoking or like sucking on a lollipop, he eats like French dip sandwiches. So,
What?
we got a crime. I've seen this before.
We gotta
Oh my God,
satiate
this
my
au
hunger.
jus is delicious.
and in all of the moments he realizes like he solves a case, it always connects to au jus. Something about au jus that reminds him of a clue.
He'll like look into the au jus and it'll look like somebody, and he'll be like, oh, the butler did it.
Tucker, Sunday nights after
Matlock.
Barney Miller.
only on CBS. And he said that although PBS was one of the, quote, least bad, end quote, instances of government spending, he disagreed with it. It was still a problematic leftist government organization.
Well, there's that.
I mean, Ken Burns is definitely very leftist.
Yeah, but like the news segments, I feel like are pretty.
Oh, I love it. I
think it's pretty fair.
Yeah,
I mean, they definitely will attack people when they deserve it, but not attack, but call people out on their shit. But I feel like it's pretty fair.
Yeah, I think so too. I think PBS just their news they just present the news.
Yeah, they for the most part they do. There's some people on the show that get a little bit, like Steven Scape can get a little passionate at times, but overall,
I have no idea what you guys are talking about.
That's yeah. Hang on. All right, move on.
What about a Tucker Carlson Ford? Would that be a good name for a Ford dealership? So no, all right.
Come on down to Tucker Carlson. No, it doesn't roll off the tongue, does it?
Just Tucker's. Come on down to Tucker's Ford.
Come on down to Tucker Ford. Yeah, no, that actually works.
That does work.
Tucker Ford works.
Karaoke barn and hand job hut.
Not hey! Do not besmirch the hand job hut by putting it into a Tucker Carlson sponsored used car dealership.
I don't know. I think we kind of needed a celeb to kind of start it up again, even though we don't like him necessarily. He is a name.
He definitely would get a lot of attention to the business.
Yeah,
I bet you he's good at hand jobs.
So you're saying he not only is he a spokesperson, but he works there too?
Well, I would hope.
No. He's not only a spokesperson, he's also a client.
A client, yeah. That I would believe. That would probably he wouldn't even ask for money. He'd just want a lifetime supply of free hand jobs from the hand job
That's
hut.
true.
And then who doesn't want that?
He'd be our only customer. We'd go out. We'd go to business so fast.
Really fast. We can't keep Tucker. You've been here 4 times today.
I'm getting.
Hey, should we get one of those? Should we get one of those like cards, like a membership, and like after 12 hand jobs,
like a 13th one's free?
Yeah, we get a punch card and we punch it with like a penis press.
Why not a hand? Why does it always have to be a penis with you? Always.
It should be a hand.
I don't know if you know this or not, John, but penises are very involved in hand jobs.
It should totally be a hand, though. John's right. It's got to be a hand.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe like a cup fist.
Like it could be like a little picture of a penis, and then you punch it with a hand.
Yeah.
With a hand-shaped punch.
This is why Kevin's in charge of marketing.
He is good. He's good.
Carson's early evening show, Tucker, originally titled The Situation with Tucker Carlson, premiered on June 13th, 2005.
Isn't that the guy from Jersey Shore?
I was just thinking the same thing.
What is it? What now?
The Situation?
Oh,
the guy from Jersey Shore, right?
He had guests. He had his featured guests on rotating panel were Rachel Maddow and Jay Severin.
Oh,
and
wow.
Jon Stewart.
Rachel Maddow and Tucker Carlson on the same show.
Yeah, I know, right?
That's interesting.
Sadly, guys, Tucker was canceled March 10th, 2000.
Fuck! Just like TJ Hooker.
I just set my TiVo.
God damn it, I just got a time machine and I went back and I set my fucking TiVo. I really want to see this as you crimes.
Oh, this works. Yeah.
I don't know how this is going to end.
I hate those au jus cliffhangers.
He remained with the network as a senior campaign correspondent for the 2008 election, and Tucker said the network had changed a lot and, quote, they didn't have a role for me. Carlson described being fired by MSNBC as leading to professional meltdown In discussing the termination, he described himself as, quote, having a lot of problems with authority and being told what to do. I don't react well to it.
You know, like a job.
I become really aggressive with my bow ties.
You're never going to believe this, but I got a job at McDonald's and they kept telling me what to do, man. They're like,
I'm like, I'll
hey,
make the fries when I fucking want to make the fries, man.
But we're a fast food restaurant. We need to be fast with the fries.
Those are
I'm
your
trying to
rules.
kick out all these minorities, though.
Yeah.
They're just hanging around eating food.
I mean,
Plus,
That's
I'm
not
saying,
right.
you know
I'm
they're not
changing-
here legally.
I'm changing all the signage on the restrooms. Make sure they're not trans or gender, whatever you call them.
Gender neutral.
Yeah, they can't be gender neutral, man.
Do you guys want to know? Or no.
And then he salt the French fries with a penis-shaped salt shaker.
Okay, here we go.
What?
See, he can't
I
resist.
know.
I'm doing it now because it became a thing.
That's not even a good joke.
It's
A penis
He-
shaped.
Listen, he's just looking at things on his desk and saying what they are. So
I don't have a salt shaker on my desk.
sure,
If you
don't.
did, though, it would be penis shaped.
I'm watching the score of the Maple Leafs Panthers game.
What 2006 reality TV show did Tucker Carlson participate on?
The Apprentice.
Oh, The Apprentice.
I mean, that would make total sense because he loves sucking that guy's dick. But no,
Yeah, my God, he would go.
I'm going to give you a hint.
Hard. Okay, it's definitely not Survivor.
It rhymes with
The Real World.
Prancing with the Mars.
Are you kidding me?
I'm not. It does rhyme with that.
My God, he was on Naked and Afraid.
God
That's
damn it,
disturbing.
It's Nick at Night. He was on Nick at Night.
God damn, he was on that. Oh, wasn't that for washed up celebrities?
He was. Oh, I mean, he was on. I mean, he was never really a celebrity. He was good enough, I think. Whatever.
Was he a good dancer, for Christ's sake?
He did take dance lessons.
How did he do in the show?
I don't know. I didn't
God
care.
damn it, John.
Who
Attention to
cares?
detail. That's what this is all about.
You can't just say that and not
Yeah.
know.
All right. Well, hold
Hey,
on.
Greg, are the Panthers winning?
No, they're not.
Oh, apparently,
sweep it?
congratulations is in order, Kevin, because the Blackhawks got some guy who's like a big fucking deal and is probably going to give you a winning season.
That, you know what? That's actually a much better synopsis than I think than I would have thought John could have come up with. So
Well,
thank you,
John and I had a
Yeah.
long conversation, and I prepped him with a bunch of knowledge, and that wasn't bad.
That was pretty good. Yeah.
So that's
He
one.
wanted
that's-
to know why I hated you so much, Kevin.
Yeah. I get that. I get that.
What's the guy's name?
Connor Bedard.
That's it. He's 18, 19.
Something like that.
Jesus.
He's young. He's very, very good.
Is it too late for me to have a career in hockey?
Nope,
Yes.
not at all.
Definitely. Yeah,
Start now.
100% yes.
I'm not good
As
with
a
this.
matter of fact, we have a job for you. It's called Brett Burns.
Yeah, he's definitely got the playoff beard going. That's for
I
sure.
could be a goon.
Who
Nope,
are you going to fight?
you can't.
Oh, doesn't a goon clean the bathrooms? I'm so confused. Which I don't
I
understand.
don't understand sports.
Why am I cleaning the bathroom in skates? It doesn't make any sense. Carlson had he also had cameo appearances as himself in season 1 episode or the first season
I'm
1
not drinking
episode
enough.
Hardball of 30 Rock. And in season
He was
9
in 30 Rock?
yeah, he was in he was in the first season of 30 Rock. There was like a fake show called Hardball. He was like a correspondent on that show.
That would imply he had a sense of humor.
Yeah, that's
I know.
surprising to me.
He was on season 9 episode.
Fucking Tracy Morgan is in 30 Rock. One of the funniest people on the planet. Tina Fey.
Yeah. Are you just gonna
Black
list up the
people,
cast?
women? How did he do this?
I mean, I don't know. I could call Tina.
Alec
and ask her.
Baldwin.
Tina Fey, if you're listening, we'd love to have you on. You and John on at the same time. In fact, we'll get rid of Kevin and Greg,
Thank God.
and we're gonna
And
change.
can either of you guys edit podcasts?
It's gonna be called the John Banks Podcast, edited by John Stewart.
Oh, yeah, that's really using him to the best of his abilities.
I bet he's good at it. Don't sell John Stewart short.
That means move along.
Just go.
Well, I can't. You guys keep interrupting. Shut the fuck up. Like,
Well,
shut
what happens when we interrupt you? You pause for like 30 seconds.
the fuck up? He was also on. He had a cameo appearance in the 2008 film Swing Vote. again playing himself. So apparently, if people are like, "Oh, we need an asshole character," let's call Tucker. On January 11th, 2010, Tucker Carlson and Neil Patel, a former aide to Dick Cheney and former college roommates of Tucker, launched a political news website titled The Daily Caller. Carlson served as editor-in-chief and occasionally wrote opinion pieces with Patel. But in June 2020, Carlson sold his 1/3 stake in the Daily Caller's Patel for an undescribed amount and said, "Neil runs it, and I wasn't adding anything, so we made it official."
It was an undescribed amount?
Undisclosed.
Oh.
Which could also be undescribed. Nobody described what the amount was. So.
It was a check. Had a routing number.
And I'm guessing for a lot of fucking money. So, do you know? Oh God, did you know? Like for him to do that, he basically told Fox News because he was still under contract with Fox News after they fired him, and so they have to pay him out, and it's something like $35 million or so. It's a crazy fucking number, and he's given that up so he can go do his own thing.
Yeah, because there's a what do they call them?
Non-compete.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
I was like, can't do that stuff.
Can't do it.
Oh, what is that?
No takey backsies.
No, no, go elsewhere when still here, kinda, sorta.
Here's the thing: I will gladly take the remaining position or his remaining contract and just take the money. I won't go on air, but I'll take $35 million from Fox. So
yeah,
Fox,
why would you ever do anything again?
I know. That's the point.
There's not much reason to get on Twitter and start doing the same bullshit over again.
Yeah. Well, I think the reason,
unless you really want to be an asshole.
I mean,
he thinks he's too big of a he's too much of a pompous asshole. You know, he thinks that he's got an elevated sense of worth and thinks that he's important.
Right.
He thinks his opinion actually matters to people. It's kind of like guys that do podcasts.
Was it that like who's the what was the so you had Glenn Beck, he's gone now. They fired him and he disappeared. Bill O'Reilly, he's gone, he's disappeared. You know, so they don't last long after they leave. So I'm really hoping that this is the death of Tucker, and not the actual literal death.
You shouldn't say that, John. It's bad karma for your beard.
I mean, I don't think my beard has karma. I mean, was it going to get more gray? I guess it could. I could lose this black streak.
It could become self-aware.
It's already self-aware. And
Hey, John,
side note, please help me.
John, I don't want to be here. Cut me.
So in May,
Shave me.
no, he wants to be here. No, Courtney. You know what's funny? Courtney didn't like it, and then I was gonna actually shave it off for her birthday, and so I was like, all right, I'm gonna shave it off for your birthday, and she goes, no, don't do that.
You got to start really getting her better gifts.
Listen, asshole. That was.
I mean, are you sure she didn't want to watch?
That was 1 of 7 gifts. 1 of 7 gifts, Greg. That was one.
She's still waiting for her engagement ring. So
Two was no. She has an engagement ring. She broke it.
Kidding. I'm just kidding.
2 was the part.
Did you say she bought it?
She broke it.
She broke it.
Oh God, that's a terrible fucking metaphor for your relationship.
Nah, it's just a ring. Who cares?
Maybe it's because it was an onion ring.
It wasn't an onion ring. It was a plastic ring I found inside a McDonald's.
And at one time it had a candy jewel on it, but someone already had eaten it.
Yeah.
So John didn't
they
have
ate
that
half
to
of
give
it.
to her.
So
yeah,
it was princess cut.
So go on. You're gonna get her. You're gonna shave off your beard for her birthday, but she said
She
no
said she actually
candy,
likes it
buddy.
now. She doesn't want me to shave it off.
I gotta talk to her.
I mean, she doesn't want to talk to you. She asked me to please. She said, please have him stop contacting me. The texts are inappropriate, and 2:00 in the morning, the things he says to me, please have him stop.
Yeah. She's tired of getting texts at 2 a.m. that says, "Can you touch John's beard for me? And tell me what it feels like."
Smell
I
it.
said, can you put a flower, or can you put a flower? Can you put a pillow over his fucking face?
Oh, geez, that got dark.
I did get dark.
Speaking of things getting dark, let's continue talking about Tucker Carlson.
So in May 2009, that motherfucker joined Fox News. He was being hired as a news contributor. He was a frequent guest panelist on Fox's late night satire show, which I didn't even know Fox had a satire show. Red Eye with Greg Gutfeld. Made frequent appearances on the All-Star panel.
I should know that guy. He's another Greg.
Do you guys have meetings? Do you have Greg meetings?
Yeah, we do. Can't talk about it.
Are they
It's like
monthly
Fight
or
Club.
annual? Or anal?
Can't talk about it. Can't not talk about it.
Fine. He made frequent appearances on the All-Star Panel segment of Special Report with Brett Baer. Was a substitute.
I'm pretty sure it was not an all-star panel.
That I
There's
agree
no
with.
way.
Well, they didn't say who they were stars of or what they were stars of. What was the, God? What was that?
I don't think anyone that's a host on Fox News has a mother that loves them.
Oh, I would agree with that 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's definitely not a lot of hugs going on when they were
No.
kids.
Like if they see a guy wearing a shirt that says free hugs, they beat the fuck out of him.
And then they put a bow tie around his.
Yeah. Or they just kill him with a bow. They strangle them with a bow tie. He was a substitute host of Hannity in Sean Hannity's absence and produced.
Oh, another fucking asshole.
Yeah, that's one we forgot earlier.
I mean, guys, here's the thing. Any name I say off of Fox News, let's just assume they're assholes. We don't have to keep stating the obvious. Kevin's got bangs. Greg has a really bad haircut. We know. No, we don't need to keep saying it.
I
Do
do.
you,
I need a haircut.
Do they still do the worst, the most bizarrely dumb morning show named Fox and Friends? Do they
I think
still
they
do
do.
that?
I think they do.
Like, what the fuck? Like, it's like my 2.5-year-old son would come up with a name like that.
Yeah.
Let's go to Fox and Friends. The
And then
fuck?
pee their pants and take a nap.
And then I'd have to change their diaper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that an impression of your son's voice?
No, it's actually more talking about them. But
Okay, because it's not a flattering voice.
but that's
for
how
your
he
son.
talks.
I mean, I could talk like my son, but you wouldn't understand a word he says. It's more like it's you gotta speak the language.
That's a good
Only
point.
parents can speak the language.
Now he's bragging.
I know. He
Nice
is.
look.
He's like only I with my superior
Oh,
intelligence
God.
can understand my child.
He's like the Highlander.
He also produced and hosted a special entitled "Fighting for Our Children's Minds" in September 2010. I don't know who they
What-
were fighting or what they were
I was
fighting
gonna say, what
for.
were they? What was the show about?
Apparently, children's minds. Are you that fucking
Making
stupid?
sure they don't turn out gay. That's probably
Why
what it
are
was
we
about.
doing a complete fucking timeline of this fucking asshole? I got to know the point. Are we getting there?
I mean, I'm just killing time. like it's basically I'm leading up to he got fired. But I
In
really
2008, he was an asshole. In 2009, he was an asshole.
So
He's doing
2013
advertising for him, man. All of our listeners are gonna now start subscribing to his OnlyFans, and we're gonna make him money.
We have that kind of power.
Yes,
Obviously.
you know? We're bringing Tucker back. I was so disappointed when he left because I really love hating him so much, and now I can't.
Did you ever watch his show?
I've never watched Fox News.
Then how do you know if you hate him?
I've seen him in interviews.
Seen enough
Yeah, but
clips.
those might just be the outtakes where he's like, "Man, wouldn't it be funny if I actually thought that was true?"
He's like, I'm glad people read the whole story and they're not going to hate me for this soundbite.
You know what's funny is the last presidential election.
That was funny.
It was. Sheena and I had, we were watching, kind of float around a little bit, when you're watching the coverage, and we watched a lot of PBS, but we did put on Fox News on occasion. It was actually, oh, wow, that was
It was
Ill-timed
boring.
yawn.
Sounded like
apparently it was boring, yeah. But it was actually like not far right. There was pretty just normal, just talking about it. Like
when they cover
matter of fact about it.
yeah,
you
when
know?
they cover elections, they're pretty. It's really it's they do have.
You
some
just
show.
said you don't watch Fox News. How do you know that?
I have watched Fox News.
Liar.
I know.
Which one is the real John?
I'm
Yeah.
watching it right now. There's a little.
I see nothing on your TV. It's
I
just
got a
totally
little Fox
black.
News up in my corner. A little Fox. Yeah.
He
Fox
only
and
watches
Friends.
Fox News on his watch.
Yeah. No, I've like what's that guy's Pierce Morgan or something like that? Isn't he on Fox?
He's a piece of shit too.
Wasn't he on CNN? I thought he was on CNN.
Why do you think he's a piece of shit?
Because I've actually seen his interviews, and I've heard what he has said to people on social media, and he's kind of an asshole.
What do you think of Joe Rogan?
We don't need to talk about him right now.
I mean, we really do because we need to bump up our numbers. We want to get some of that Joe Rogan viewers, listeners.
I don't think Joe Rogan listeners are gonna like us.
Probably not. Probably not.
They're gonna like protein shakes and weights.
So in 2013, Carlson replaced Dave Briggs as co-host of Fox and Friends Weekend,
Oh, good God.
joining Allison, whoever the fuck she is, and some other guy named Clayton on Saturday and Sundays. But then on November 14th, 2016, Carlson began hosting Tucker Carlson Tonight on Fox News. The premiere episode of the show, which replaced On the Record, was the network's most watched telecast of the year and the time slot with 3.7 million viewers.
That's
What did he talk about? What did he talk about in that episode?
He talked about your bangs.
Huh.
I know.
He probably could have gotten 3.8.
If he would have talked about Greg's penis obsession.
But he knows it's copyrighted.
If he would have talked
Copyright
about my
infringement
beard, he
if
would have
does.
gotten 10 million. But he didn't.
Boy, he really doesn't know how to play the game. Doesn't know how to get the numbers.
So March 17th, Tucker Carlson Tonight was the most watched cable program in the 9 p.m. slot. And then he got moved to the 8 p.m. slot after Bill O'Reilly got
Shit canned.
fired for being a prick. What did he get fired for? I mean, he was always a prick, but I can't remember what he got fired for.
I don't remember.
I don't know.
Which
I
is
should have
always
studied Bill
like,
O'Reilly
how-
before we started this episode.
Like, what dipshit fuckhead move do you have to do to get fired from Fox? Right?
You have to bash Trump in texts and bash
But that's not why they fired him. I don't
voting
think.
voting companies on
Yeah.
on your show until voting Dominion on your show until you get sued for
They're all just
$750 million.
entertainers. It's all entertainment, and it's they just pick a character like you were saying earlier, and they go with it as if they give a fuck. They just want to cash paychecks.
He obviously he didn't believe a damn thing he said. So it'll
But
be
I
interesting
think
to see.
I
It
think
will be
he
interesting to
does
see
believe-
if I don't know though, but he can't stand Trump, and he was
Well, no, he
just touting
definitely lied about
Trumpism.
things. Yeah. But
I mean, he was a completely different person on air than he was off air. So it'll be interesting to see what he does when he goes to Twitter. I mean, is he gonna be still stroking Trump's dick, or is he actually gonna be? Well, I can't say honest, but is he gonna be? I don't know, closer to being honest, I guess.
I don't know. I don't know. I mean, but he's always. I mean, if you go back, he's always been very far right.
I can't wait to not find out.
Yeah.
I can't wait to find out through clips on The Daily Show.
Yeah.
I can't wait.
Yeah.
I can't wait for that.
Those are entertaining.
By the end of 2018, the show had begun to be boycotted by at least 20 advertisers after Carlson said immigration makes the country, quote, poorer, dirtier, and more divided. According to Fox News, the advertisers only moved their ad buys to other programs. By January 2019, his show dropped to third with 2.8 million nightly viewers, down 6% from the previous year. The show had lost 26 advertisers, and there were calls to fire Carlson from Fox News in March 2019 after Media Matters resurfaced remarks that he made over several years to the radio show Bubba the Love Sponge, never heard of that, concerning women,
Okay.
calling them like dogs and extremely primitive. So, and he also had some very lovely things to say about statutory rape, Iraqis, and immigrants.
And your mom.
I don't think he knows my mom. I'm sure he would.
No,
face
not
me-
your mom. Just your mom. Just your mom.
That's how he ends every night.
Yeah,
It's like, thanks for watching. Your mom.
your mom.
Your mom's so
Like
fat.
Dan Rather used to say courage.
Who did?
And Dan Rather. So he says, your mom.
Dan Rather. At the close of 2019, Tucker, his Nielsen ratings among all viewers, 25 to 54, placed him second, only to Fox's Sean Hannity. So he was behind Sean Hannity for a lot of years. In December 2019, Playboy model Karen McDougal sued Fox News after Carlson, in a 2018 episode of his show, accused her of extorting Donald Trump. In September 2020, federal judge Mary Kay, some weird last name, dismissed the lawsuit, citing Fox News' defense that Carlson's extortion claims were opinion-based and not statements of fact. The judge also agreed with Fox News' defense that reasonable viewers which I don't know how this lady
No,
this judge
I
got
think
that,
yeah.
would have skepticism over statements Carlson makes on his show, as he often engages in exaggeration and non-literal commentary. Quote, skating actual facts on his show. So, like, how a judge... Do you know about do you know the lawsuit that remember when Al Franken actually sued Fox News like years ago, and he lost
I don't remember that.
Yeah, so he sued them for defamation, and because basically the way they got around it was, so if I were to say Greg's a piece of shit, right? That's me saying Greg's a piece of shit. But what Fox News would do is they would say some people say Greg's a piece of shit. Right? So they wouldn't give a source, but they would say, I'm not saying it. Some
So
other
like how
people is.
Donald Trump talks.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's like this whole thing of like, it's like they're saying it, but they're not saying it. And they're not taking responsibility for it, but they are. So
Shocker.
yeah, I know. So here's something. So in July 2020, Carlson's head writer Blake Neff resigned after CNN Business reported that he had been using a pseudonym to post remarks that were widely described as racist, sexist, and homophobic on AutoAdmit, a message board known for its lack of moderation of offensive and
So like Twitter.
content. Do what?
Just
So,
like Twitter.
so Elon's version of Twitter, basically,
Yeah.
is what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which makes sense. It all comes full circle.
Do you think he's gonna make it profitable, or do you think he's gonna have to file bankruptcy on that thing?
I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of talk that he's, because he comes from payment processing. That's like his background, Elon
Yeah.
Musk. So there was a lot of talk that he was going to try to make it into some sort of like
Payment thing.
And, if he does that, I don't know. He's not like,
He's not stupid.
He's not stupid, but he's also not like crazy. He's not as crazy, like, smart and business oriented as people think, like he's definitely got he takes a lot of credit, for stuff that he doesn't necessarily innovate or put into production or put into place.
Like Donald Trump.
Like Donald Trump. Yeah. Honestly, yeah. I mean, like the whole thing with him being so mad at OpenAI is like, it's kind of funny because he helped fund OpenAI, and it's really seems like, anyway, from my view, that he's just mad that he didn't get the accolades, And then he signs that open letter saying pause AI, and then while at the same time he's like hiring AI engineers and trying to do his own AI stuff. It's just, the guy is just, it's just a perfect fit. It's a perfect fucking fit for Tucker Carlson to go there. It really is. It makes so much sense. It's going to be like, they're going to merge with Truth Social. They're going to be their own, they're just going to be one big conglomerate of bullshit.
Do you think that's going to be their name?
No, that's the tagline.
Oh.
It'll be Twitter Truth. Okay,
Kevin
one word of bullshit.
Kevin is the marketing guru.
So we're almost done, guys. We're almost done.
Oh, thank
by
God.
October 2020, Tucker Carlson Tonight averaged 5.3 million viewers, with the show's monthly average becoming the highest of any cable news program in history. Not the history. I don't know why I said that.
The history of the history.
The history of
History
the
defeats
world.
itself.
The history of
History
defeating itself.
literally defeated itself with
Yes.
those numbers.
So here's some nice things that Tucker has said or tweeted in regards to the January 6th attempt to overthrow the election. Quote, "It's not how white men fight." That was nice.
I remember that one. That was nice.
In regards to
The
Trump,
weird part was that was exactly how white men fought.
yeah. It turns out
Wrong
she's
on
not.
so many levels.
In regards to Trump, quote, what he's good at is destroying things. He's the undisputed world champion of that. He could easily destroy us if we play it wrong, which proves he's a little bitch. So, and in a text on November 9th, Carlson referred to Powell's Dominion claims, commenting, "The software shit is absurd." Carlson then said on television that night, "We don't know anything about the software that many say was rigged. We don't know. We ought to find out." So basically, in the background, he's saying like, "No, of course this isn't stolen." And then he goes on air and he's like, "This is stolen." So here is the
Well,
thing.
he has a job to do at Fox News.
On the morning
that
of
company
Monday, April 24th, 2023, Fox News dismissed Carlson and the executive producer of his evening show and this is my favorite thing I'm ever going to read. Carlson had no anticipation of this dismissal, given that on Friday, April 21st, and what would be his final show sign-off, he told his viewers that he would be back on Monday. So, I guess my thing is this.
Where'd he go? He never came back.
There's seriously, I mean, these people, they can't wait around all day. They got to shoot people through doors and cars in their driveway. They got to fucking, where's Tucker? Come back. So my fear, I don't know. So this isn't necessarily history repeating itself, which it kind of is, or defeating itself, because it seems like every time they get rid of one of these monsters, they're like a goddamn Hydra. So you cut the head off of one, and another horrible, more
Rush
perverse,
Limbaugh finally dies.
gross version of them
And then-
comes back.
And then Tucker Carlson comes. And there'll be somebody else.
I'm very terrified, although I am very happy that he's no longer on the air. I'm very terrified of who the fuck are they going to bring in to replace him.
Yeah.
So, gentlemen,
It's me, guys.
here's the Fox News doing something right once out of a billion.
What
Get
was
him,
that? Oh,
Fox.
firing him?
Yes, for firing him.
All right.
Now take off your pants.
Join us next time when Greg profiles Don Lemon.
and our 3-part series, oh fuck, and Kevin will do Elon Musk.
Not as an episode. I'm gonna fuck him
With consent.
with consent. With
Open
consent.
AI. I'll show you Open AI. I'm going to open up your AI right now.
Okay.
It's your anus. AI's anus.
Okay. Good night, guys. Thanks for listening.